What is up, everybody? Back with another top 10 here. And with this one, I thought I'd jump back to 1976. So I did do 1975 about like 10 months ago or so, but I still got to do 76 through 79. But yeah, 76, awesome year. Several bands released 2 great albums in this year. Just a ton overall that are really good. So tough to narrow this down. I've got a lot of honorable mentions I'll run through at the end. Got a good chunk of these on vinyl or CD that I'll talk about as I go, and then talk about the honorable mentions after. But I'm just going to go straight through with this one, no stopping. So my number 10 is going to be Virgin Killer by Scorpions. Now, with the 70s Scorpion stuff, most of it is freaking awesome. Uli John Roth, he has gone by both names depending on what year we're talking about. But that guy's a freaking shred machine, an amazing guitar player, helped start up that whole like neoclassical guitar play style. You know, awesome player. On this album, he's great, sings a couple of the songs, Hellcat and Polar Nights, which I can really tell that he was influenced by Jimi Hendrix, especially his vocals, I think. You know, he sounds kind of similar to Jimi Hendrix, that style, but Klaus Meine singing the rest of the songs is fantastic as usual. Rudolf Schenker is an amazing rhythm guitar player as well. Some other standout tracks, Pictured Life to start off is great. The title track is awesome. Just overall, really good album. My number 9, I'm going to go with Boston, self-titled debut. Killer stuff here. Tom Scholz is a fantastic guitar player. Brad Delp was a great singer. Just awesome melodic hard rock here. More Than a Feeling, Peace of Mind. Really, all of these songs I could list are fantastic, but those two I like a lot, and Smokin' are my 3 favorites on the album. Just really, really awesome stuff here. Could be higher. I mean, I know a lot of people might rank it higher, but I think number 9 is where I want to put it. Number 8 we're at here, I'm going to go with Rocks. So this is my favorite Aerosmith album. Just great, gritty, raw 70s hard rock here. Steven Tyler on the vocals is great. Got a cool inside part here. Got the picture of the guys. Here's a big, huge collage of pictures. Got the band lineup right there. As I said, Steven Tyler, great singer. Tom Hamilton on the bass. Brad Whitford and Joe Perry on guitar, both great. And Joey Kramer on drums. But yeah, really good guitar duo with Perry and Whitford, good duo. But some of my favorite songs on this album, I would go with 100% Rats in the Cellar is my favorite Aerosmith song of all time. One of their heaviest songs, just good hard rocker. Back in the Saddle, of course, is one of their more famous songs. Really like Combination, that's a good one. Looking at the rest of this, Nobody's Fault's a great hard rocker. Just really, really cool album. Last Child, too. But yeah, like this one a lot. So it is my number 8 of 1976. Just looking at my list to stay in order here. Number 7, I'm going to go with the self-titled debut from Triumph, also known as In the Beginning. So love this trio, one of my favorites of all time. Gilmour, Michael Levine, and of course the great Rick Emmett, who I think he's one of the best hard rock guitar players of all time and one of the best vocalists. I've ranked him in both of those top 10s when I've done those videos. Just amazing musician. Gil is great on the vocals as well. Looking at some of my standout tracks I've got written down. 24 Hours a Day is fantastic. Street Fighter, that's one of my favorite Triumph songs of all time. Good hard rocker, really heavy for the times especially. Don't Take My Life, Be My Lover, some other standouts. Just really great album, great band. Self-titled Triumph album, number 7. Number 6, I'm going to go with No Heavy Petting by UFO. Got the vinyl right here. Awesome album. Really, Michael Schenker, a legend, one of the best guitar players of all time. Could be done talking right there, but you know, all of his solos are amazing. Phil Mogg on the vocals is great. Pete Way on bass is awesome. Just looking at some of these songs, kind of hard to read here on the back, but Natural Thing to open up the album's great. I'm a Loser has an amazing guitar solo. Can You Roll Her is awesome. Another favorite on here, it's on side 2, is On With the Action. But yes, really cool stuff, and I thought there was like a cool inside thing for this one, I guess. Is there? Hold on. Nope, just a white. So, yeah, good album though. No Heavy Petting, that is my number 6. Up to number 5, so top 5, I'm going to go with High Voltage by AC/DC. Now, this one is the international debut album from them. It's a combination of both their like original Australian releases only, TNT and High Voltage, like the Australian only. So they combined those 2 albums for this international debut album, which is fantastic. A lot of great stuff on here. It's A Long Way to the Top if you want to rock and roll. Amazing song. Rock and Roll Singer is great. She's Got Balls. That opening riff is fantastic. Love Angus and Malcolm's playing. Live Wire, TNT, even though it's overplayed, is a great heavy song. Bon Scott was an awesome frontman, but yeah, really, really good album with that one. So on to number 4. And, you know, I'm not even sure which one I want to put number 4 and number 3 until right this moment, but shuffling them around here, I think I'm going to go with Johnny the Fox at number 4. Very close for me between this one and the next one, but yeah, this is an awesome album. Phil Lynott was a really cool frontman, great vocalist, great bass player. Just a guy, you think of like a cool rock frontman, he's got to come to your mind. And this one has actually like a cool inside piece. Got that there, the band lineup, which is, as I said, Phil Lynott, Brian Downey on the drums, who's great. A great guitar duo on this album, Brian Robertson and Scott Gorham. Both those guys, just really great dual harmonizing guitar playing. Looking at these songs, I would say Johnny, Don't Believe a Word, and probably Massacre are my 3 favorites on here, and all 3 probably top 10 favorite Thin Lizzy songs of all time for me. Really, in particular, Johnny and Massacre. Love those. Just awesome vocal melodies from Phil, great guitar playing. Just love the sound on this album. Just sounds so clean. The production is amazing. And yeah, just awesome stuff. So Johnny the Fox, number 4 for me. And my number 3, I'm going to go with Rising. So this one, I've seen some people say this is the greatest heavy metal album of all time. Some people call it hard rock. Depends. I mean, it's close. It's on the edge. Whatever you want to call it. Early metal. Just amazing lineup. Great album. Just looking at the lineup. We got freaking Cozy Powell on the drums, who's a legend, one of the best of all time. Reggie Blackmore, of course, came over from Deep Purple. Another one of the greatest guitar players of all time. Jimmy Bain on the bass, who's awesome. Ronnie James Dio, I rank him the 2nd best metal singer of all time. And Tony Carey on the keyboards. And the keyboard playing on this album is fantastic. It's just amazing stuff to listen to. There's only 6 songs on it, but I'd probably say my 3 favorites are Terra Woman, Stargazer, and A Light in the Black. But all 6 of the songs are fantastic. Really cool album. That's a really cool cover as well. And people bring the roots of power metal back to this album. It could be called power metal, whatever you want to call it. It's an amazing album. So yeah, here at number 3 for me. My number 2, I'm going to go with Sad Wings of Destiny by Judas Priest. It's probably my 2nd favorite metal band of all time. I love their 70s, 80s. I love all their stuff, 70s and 80s. This is really the album they found their sound with. You know, the first album's more of like a bluesy hard rock type of album. This one here is just pure heavy metal, awesome stuff. You got Ian Hill on the bass, Alan Moore on drums, our only album with him. KK Downing and Glenn Tipton on guitar. I'd probably say the best guitar duo of all time. And Rob Halford on vocals, who best metal singer of all time. But looking at these songs, Tyrant's great, Genocide, Island of Domination I like a lot, Victim of Changes is amazing, Ripper, The Ripper, Dreamer, Deceiver, and yeah, Deceiver. Amazing stuff. A lot of people I've seen say this is their favorite Judas Priest album. It's not quite up there for me, but still, 2nd best album, 1976. They've got a really strong catalog, so yeah, killer stuff. Love that cover as well. And my number 1, the guy on my freaking shirt here, we got Ted Nugent, Free For All. So as I've said before, I love all of the 70s Ted Nugent stuff, a lot of the stuff throughout the 80s and onward I like from him as well. Got like, well, how many pictures is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pics of Ted right there, just jumping around. Got more on the back, on the front, there's 2. But yeah, the lineup on this is great. He actually brought over Meatloaf to do some of the lead vocals on this. Still got St. Holmes doing some lead vocals. Cliff Davies on the drums is awesome. Rob Grange on bass. And Ted's guitar playing. Love his tone, his solos. Everything about his playing is amazing. The riffs are great. Dog Eat Dog, the title track. Looking at the rest of these. Writing on the Wall. Gotta say, that's probably the top 5 Ted Nugent song. That one has Meatloaf doing the vocals. He sounds amazing on it. Turn It Up, which is actually pretty interesting. I don't know if... I just started watching The Walking Dead, so anyone that hasn't seen it, spoiler alert coming, but when Merle dies, his death scene, he's got Turn It Up blasting in the background. I was pleasantly surprised to hear that. Merle was pretty much a douchebag the entire show until the last moments when he sacrificed himself there. But he's got Turn It Up playing by Ted Nugent, which is pretty awesome to hear in that show. Street Rats, really love all this stuff, but yeah, killer classic 70s hard rock with this one. Freaking love it. One of the best Ted Nugent albums, so it is here at number 1 for me. And as I said, there is a shitload of great albums from this year, so got some honorable mentions. I'll start off with this freaking 8-track I've got of Rock and Roll Over by Kiss. Good album, pretty close to making it. I'll go with the other Kiss album from this year, Destroyer. As I said, there was a couple bands that released 2 good albums in 1976. Destroyer is awesome. It is a tad overrated, I think. It's not one of my favorite Kiss albums, but still, Detroit Rock City is freaking good enough to get an honorable mention here. What do I want to show next? I'm going to go, I guess, with the other Thin Lizzy album from this year, which was Jailbreak. Another really good album. Just missed the cut for me. I like Johnny the Fox a good bit better, but this one's still quite good as well. Got the guys there on the back. Cool stuff. And we got Crystal Ball by Styx, which this was actually the first album of theirs with Tommy Shaw. Big Tommy Shaw fan. Of course, he's in Damn Yankees, which are my favorite supergroup of all time. Looking at these songs, I'd say Shoes is possibly my favorite Styx song of all time. Got Tommy on the vocals there, good hard rocker. What else? Night Shift by Foghat. Big fan of Foghat. Great vocals, great guitar work. Looking at these guys, got them there on the back. The Mustache Mafia right here. Some big mustaches there. Rod Price on guitar is great. Roger Earl on the drums. Lonesome Dave, I ranked him a top 10 hard rock singer of all time in a recent video. So great vocals, great guitar playing. And yeah, really good band. And that's pretty much all I've got. I had this Moxie album, which came out in 1975 in Canada and 1976 in America. So yeah, I guess I can mention that. Tommy Bolin does a lot of the guitar solos on here. Really good player. He was in Deep Purple and Come Taste the Band. But yeah, he did like 7 or 8 of the guitar solos in the songs on here. Just a great player, great album. And that does wrap up my list. So actually, I've actually got a couple more listed down I don't have, which are Agents of Fortune by Blue Oyster Cult, Presence by Led Zeppelin, 2112 by Rush. Not a huge fan of it, but I know it's like a really influential album. Not the biggest fan of the style, but still a pretty good album. Technical Ecstasy by Black Sabbath. I don't think it's a terrible album. Pretty good enough for an honorable mention. And Y&T's self-titled debut yesterday and today. Really good stuff. So that now wraps up, and Dirty Deeds. I mean, Dirty Deeds is pretty good too. So a lot of stuff. You guys can give me your top 10 in the comments. I'd really like to see them. And until next time, thank y'all for watching.